friends. Today I want to speak to you about our live stream Mass. I told you that we had a plan or that we need to get a plan, so now we have a plan and have a great team working on it. So this is going to happen. So the first thing I want to say to you is that our very first weekend, I have a friend of mine who's allowed me to use his church that's already set up. Father Don Franks is at St. Anne's in Mattingly Settlement, and they already have a church set up for live stream. So my very first weekend, I'm going to be there live streaming to you for the Mass. And then this awesome team that we have here that are helping us get our church ready for that are doing that. I have a big meeting with them tonight, and then we're going to be ready by next weekend. So we'll be back home by next weekend. What else do I want to tell you about getting ready for the live stream? Okay, so I got some tips for you that I want you to follow that I think are just going to make this live stream Mass awesome. The first is that you can go to our parish website, and that's the easiest place to log into our live stream. So how do you do that? You just Google St. Francis de Sales, Newark. St. Francis de Sales Catholic Church, or St. Francis de Sales Church, Newark, Ohio. And you're going to find it. And maybe just go there before the Mass begins to be able to find it. And by this Sunday, we're going to create a link there, and that'll always be there. And what we're going to do is we have a YouTube channel. We have our own St. Francis de Sales YouTube channel, so that'll be on our website. Just find that link, and then when you click that on, you'll get the live stream. And then Matt Munhall, our music director, is also going to put together all the songs so that you have access to them. And then also, we're going to have access to the readings so you can follow along, and the Mass parts. So everything that you're going to need, they're working on right now to make that happen. And by the time you arrive on Sunday, we'll have all that in one place at St. Francis de Sales Catholic Church, Newark, Ohio. Another thing that you can do is get ready for the Mass, think about what you want to offer the Mass for. You know, we often think about, I'm going to contact the parish office and have the Mass intention offered for somebody. And we're certainly going to do that, but I don't know if you know that you can offer the Mass for someone, you know. So in this time of social isolation, as we're dealing with the coronavirus pandemic, I think it would be awesome to offer your Mass intention for people who are sick from the virus, or people who are homebound and trying to stay away, those who are healthcare professionals, or our government officials who are trying to make wise and prudential decisions. So offer the Mass for somebody like that. Another thing to do, I think that would be neat to do, is to set up your own environment in your house. Find a room, for instance, where you can create pews. Maybe that's just lining up chairs in front of one another with, you know, a couple of chairs side by side, and there's 2 or 3 or there's 10 of you, however large your family is, but make it feel like church. Along those lines, then dress up. You know, don't just show up in your pajamas, although I'm sure you could do that. But dress up like you do getting ready for Mass, and make that environment and that experience something special. I would also suggest that if you have a crucifix in the house or something, place that in the room where you're going to worship God at Mass, in a prominent place, or even just on a tabletop where you can see it and keep your eye upon the Lord who saves us and is going to save us. If you have other statues, you know, like of the saints, or of Mary, or of Jesus, or of Joseph, or something like that, bring those into the room with you, okay? And then at some point, it's good to genuflect and to bow as you're walking into the room and you're ready to begin the live stream. Maybe do what we do in church, and that's a bow or a genuflect. We want to recreate the environment as best we can, like when we are together in the same physical space. as I mentioned, we're going to be doing the streaming at our parish website, so I did forget to mention the actual website name. It's stfrancisparish.net. So that's stfrancisparish.net, okay? Go to that site for the live stream. And then I mentioned that we're going to have all one link, like the music. So yes, please either print that or have that on your handheld devices or your laptop, but someplace accessible, because Matt Munhall, who's our awesome music director, he's going to be with me doing the live stream. So he's actually going to be leading the music. So sing along with him. You'll be able to hear him really well, but sing along with him. He'll lead you, but sing as a family. And then pray a spiritual communion during the time in which I am consecrating the Eucharist, or during the time at which you would be receiving the Holy Communion. So I'm going to pause during the Mass after I receive and give you a chance to receive the spiritual communion. I'm going to be talking to you about, during actually the homily, what a spiritual communion is, what its purpose is. So I won't talk about that right here and right now, but make sure that you pray your spiritual communion, and we'll also get to you a little prayer that you can pray for the spiritual communion. Finally, and very important to the Mass experience on a Sunday morning, is have coffee and donuts, right? And juices for the kids, because that's part of being a Catholic, right? All right, friends, I'll see you on Sunday at 10 a.m. at stfrancisparish.net for our live stream. God bless.